It is time for four downs. Cooper Mays will lead us into it. We're going to talk some quarterbacks. Cooper, what should people do, though, right now?
Cooper Mays here. Hit like and subscribe.
Yes, please hit like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. Big group on board today. So thank you so much. It is time for four downs, and it is right now. I think if I can find the right button, which I think I can. Do you have faith in me, Caleb?
I got faith in you.
Let's do it.
Four downs. Four questions. Four answers. The Dave Hooker Show. Four downs. A presentation of OffTheHookSports.com.
And it's brought to you by Tennessee Cider Company, tncidercompany.com. Use the promo code HAT. Get free swag with any cider that you can get delivered most anywhere in the United States of America. Can we go ahead and agree that, because I'm not going to include this in four downs, but can we go ahead and agree that Tennessee would be better off with Michael Penix Jr., who's a Heisman Trophy candidate, than Joe Milton right now, who Tennessee did run off with Jeremy Pruitt's staff, essentially pulled his scholarship. Can we agree with that one?
Yes, we can absolutely agree with that one. And as a matter of fact, Tennessee had Adrian Martinez committed that year too, who ended up going to Nebraska. I was higher on Adrian Martinez at the time. I did not see Penix doing what he did.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move to some other quarterbacks that Tennessee could have had. And I'll ask you, Caleb, if the Vols would have been better off. And you can give us a little background about why they didn't become Vols. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. What down, Coop?
Coop here. First down.
All right, first down. It is Kaidon Salter. Now, he is not a Vol because publicly he had two marijuana charges. And I will agree with Travis that you have to be more particular with the leadership on your team at quarterback. So while that might have not gotten a defensive tackle kicked off the team, quarterback, I understand that. But aside from that, would Tennessee have been better off with Kaidon Salter, who is where, Caleb?
He is at Liberty now.
Okay. Would Tennessee have been better off with Kaidon Salter than Joe Milton? Yay or nay?
Yes. Yes, Kaidon Salter's a better quarterback.
Ouch. I didn't think you'd go that direction. Okay.
No, that's an easy one for me.
Okay. I will agree. All right, here we go.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
Brian Maurer, who Tennessee ran off, and I'm not going to get into particulars how I know, but I know. So they definitely ran him off. Would they have been better off with Brian Maurer?
That's actually a tough one. I'm going to say no because Maurer does not have Milton's mobility, but he is much more accurate than Milton is. The decision-making still was questionable, but that's hard for me to judge because I only saw Maurer play as a true freshman. And you can question anybody's decision-making as a true freshman. Joe Milton's a sixth-year senior, and he's having these issues.
He's like 32 years old. He gets a senior citizen discount.
Exactly. So, yeah. So I'm still going to say Milton slightly because he had a bigger arm in his mobility, but Maurer was much more accurate. And we were talking about this over the phone last night, Dave. I'll take hitting a bare minimum with an arm and pinpoint accuracy over a big arm. And I don't care what system you're playing in.
Yeah. I think there's an arm strength that you have to play at certain levels. And aside from that, I think it's gravy. I really do. What down, Coop?
Tennessee center Cooper Mays here. Third down.
Harrison Bailey. Better off than with Joe Milton?
No. And Harrison Bailey was a 5-star recruit. Actually came from that. He and Ramel Keaton were teammates in high school. That was a duo in high school, and Jeremy Pruitt got both of them. But Harrison Bailey shouldn't have been a 5-star. His pocket presence is terrible. If we remember, he went to UNLV after Tennessee and couldn't start at UNLV. Now he's transferred to Louisville, and he's third on the depth chart at Louisville. Harrison Bailey has a big arm, and actually he does have accuracy, but his pocket presence is so bad. And it's so bad, Dave, I don't think you could fix it in a college career.
Yeah, I talk about accuracy being innate. Pocket presence to some extent is innate too, just having that feel. I don't think anybody taught Patrick Mahomes to do some of the things that he does moving around. So I'm going to surprise you with this one and go a little bit off script. What down, Coop?
All SEC center Cooper Mays here. Fourth down.
Gaston Moore. Youch.
No, they're not going to be better with Gaston Moore in there.
Really?
I don't think so. I feel like
You
they'd be
don't
better off
think
with.
so? Or
I feel like Navy Schuler would have a better argument because Navy Schuler at least has mobility.
Okay, well, this argument was presented to me, which spring practice is spring practice, guys. Okay, so we saw which running back I've even
Cam
forgotten
Selton.
his. Yeah, he lit it up. And there was a Michael Brewster and there was a Kirsten Biggers, if anybody remembers those names, that lit it up in spring practice. Why? It's because they didn't want to get the good running backs hurt. But Gaston Moore looked good in spring practice, looked good in the spring game. You couldn't even see that being a possibility if they came out and said, man, Joe's just struggling with the offense. Gaston Moore time. More.
That would have
Give
been
me
like
more.
Dave, when you cover the 2005 saga with Rick Clausen and Eric Ainge, notice they never turned to Jim Bob Cooter.
Ooh, okay. I'm just going to give you that. You win. Because they didn't.
They never even gave him a look.
Okay, but I would argue that Rick Clausen and Gaston Moore are somewhat analogous, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but look, you guys have covered, and I've gotten the full story from covering you guys now, which is that Rick Clausen outperformed Ainge in all of fall camp and in the summer workouts, and Fulmer went with Ainge, and he should have gone with Clausen. Well, I understand why he went with Ainge because I saw Clausen play the season. After Fulmer fully went with Rick Clausen, Rick Clausen was bad. He just couldn't do things. Okay, let's not forget that Tennessee lost a game to Alabama 6-3.
Yeah. Well, and remember this too. I talk about bare minimum arm strength. I'm not sure Rick Clausen had it to play. To play in college football. I'm not sure he had the bare minimum arm strength, and I think you could probably, ask that about Gaston Moore as well. Now, Travis, who is a monstrous Joe Milton guy and has accused me of being too hard on Joe Milton, says I do like Gaston Moore. And then we've got Roto22 said, could Gaston play the way Joe did against Alabama? Well, he's not going to run for any yards. Can't we agree on that, Caleb? I mean, he's not going to run like Joe Milton did.
No, the quarterback play was not the reason Tennessee lost that game.
I agree.
I don't think they win that game with Hendon Hooker. Now, Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt, maybe. But I don't think they win that game if you just replace Milton with Hooker on Saturday. They beat Florida. They're not beating Alabama.
Man, I don't know about that. I think they convert. I think with Hooker they do win actually because they convert on a couple of those red zone opportunities where they had to kick field goals. They're leading by a little bit more. I think he makes a couple more plays. So Alabama makes their surge in the third quarter, but Tennessee's able to hold on because they have a bigger lead from the first half. I think with Hooker, they win that Alabama game.
You're going to have to disagree on this. I think Alabama, if they wanted to, let's go. If Alabama wanted to, by the way, they could have scored probably another touchdown in that game at the end. So we're talking, it was 34-20, could have been 41-20. And so I
don't want to fight anytime soon. I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm a one punch wonder. After that, I'm gonna get really, really tired.
So you'll do the Jeremy Banks move then. One punch and then peace.
Yeah, and then but Banks did. I don't know why Banks just threw one punch, but I would just be fatigued. I mean, when's the last time you've been in a fight? 30 seconds in a fight is a long time.
It is. Trust me. When I used to take my dog to a dog park, and when a fight broke out, if you didn't have that thing done in 10 seconds, there could be some serious damage. And
Green Wave agrees with me, and I love his car emoji. I look at
guys,
that every time.
they don't win with Hendon.
Yeah, they
Hooker.
win with Hooker. They win, and he means me, not Hendon, right?
Yeah. Obviously, with Dave, they win.
Yeah.
By the way, just totally random since we brought up Banks. Do you think half the reason Joe Milton has such a respect for the team was because of how he got involved with the Banks and Hooker fight last year?
Absolutely. Yes. No question about it. That's a big factor.